WWE is bringing a pay-per-view over to the pond, across the pond to London, England. Someone got engaged, but not to Rhea Ripley. There's an FTC law that is going to affect some wrestlers. All this and more on the Season 3, Episode 2 of the All Effin' Wrestling Show. Hit it, interns. Woo. Wrong one.
Coming to you live from the FN Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown. This is the All FN Wrestling Show. With your hosts, Canada Dry, and the JFB.
Tell me how it's priced. Tell me if the item is for sale. And tell me.
Good morning, good afternoon. If I don't see you till later, keep my supper warm. I'll see you tonight. We are the Rolling Stones of wrestling podcasts, and we're not bragging. We got moves like Jagger. We're dancing. I am, of course, the JFB, James from Boston.
And this is the All Effin' Wrestling Show, where we talk about all the effing wrestling. And I'm, of course, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I'm that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada Dry, damn it.
Oh, so smooth when it goes down in your gullet. And of course, we are joined. We have a great show. This is going to be an instant classic. This is going to get like 900,000 views because we are going to do the Mount Rushmores of drafts. But before we do that, let's introduce the crew below us. We're talking about the effing expert, Mr. Eyesiks. Say hello.
Good afternoon or morning, everybody out there. How are you?
All right. And we are joined by our starting goaltender with 100% save percentage and no goals allowed, Liam Wakeland, the magician.
Starting in goal for the effing wrestling.
There we go. What's happening? Wow, bigging me up there, my guys. I really love it. Of course, it's good evening from the UK. Yes, I love the new intro, but I lost how many times we're actually in that intro.
So, before we get started with the main event, let's get to what's the most important thing in the world, and that is the news. Hit it, interns. From the four corners of the globe, from our studios to your home, this is FNN, the FN News Network, starring Canada Dry and the JFB. All right, welcome. Good morning. It's news time. Hello.
So what we got Liam doing today on the show?
Wait, what?
Traffic?
No traffic at all. It's all quiet on the traffic today.
Okay. And Mr. Expert, what would you say is the most important thing about preparing for your spring garden?
You really want to make sure that you've got a proper amount of topsoil and that it's properly evened out throughout the property.
Nice,
All right.
nice.
Yeah.
That's why he's the effing expert.
All right.
And today I have for you, pouring from my noggin to your noggin.
Yeah.
I have the fact of the day.
Ooh,
And that would be-
interesting.
Before I say this, I'm going to take a sip of brown goodness.
Brown goodness.
That is good coffee. So the fact of the day is this. Did you know that before people said cheese in pictures,
Yeah.
they said prunes?
What?
Yes.
Prunes.
We're like cheese. It gets a nice smile.
Yeah.
Well, in the 1800s, smiling was seen as childish, and they didn't want to show off their big British teeth back then. So you said prunes.
Prunes.
Okay.
Prunes.
Interesting.
Get that.
I
So
don't know where you get these facts of the day, but they
My
are
brain
amazing.
comes
It's pretty
pouring
amazing.
in. It's a paranormal event. When I
Absolutely.
drink this,
Yeah.
it comes.
All
So
right.
Brown goodness.
So next time I take a picture, I am not saying cheese.
Yeah. I'm gonna say prunes. Prunes. So let's get to the news really quickly. WWE pay-per-view is going overseas. The Money in the Bank pay-per-view will be in London, England at the O2 Arena. Yeah. Liam, you gonna go?
I might do, actually. I mean, I'm obviously a big fan of the Money in the Bank. So,
Yeah.
yes, I think I might.
Well,
Sure.
you got to decide because you're also going to try and get tickets for AEW when they come, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. But obviously, it's still not released. For obviously, when AEW was coming, we've obviously know they're coming in 2023, but we don't know the actual dates yet. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. It'll be cool. I might make a flight out there. I don't know. Maybe. The Dominic Mysterio gets engaged to be married. The FTC, this is going to be a huge thing. Federal Trade Commission in the United States proposes a new law that would ban non-compete clauses for independent contractors. So obviously, when you're dealing with independent contractors, like I am one, they would not be able to put in a do not compete clause in it. So that's going to affect professional wrestling. Canada Dry, your thoughts really quickly on the FTC's new law.
This is huge.
Yeah.
For professional wrestling, and it puts more power in the hands of the wrestlers. So I'm loving this.
Yeah.
You're an independent contractor. How can you do non-compete? It's silly.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think it's ridiculous. Mr. Expert, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is a great thing. I don't know if this is kind of piggybacking off of the proposed federal Ali Act.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know what that is, the Muhammad Ali Act exists, I think, in California, and it basically says that you can't be tied as an independent contractor to one particular fight promoter. Now, that's specific to fight sports, boxing and MMA, but it sounds like this is kind of like the pro wrestling equivalent of that.
Yeah.
It would be horrible for the big companies, but it would be great for wrestlers. So I'm all for it. I'm all for whatever is at the baseline labor level.
Yeah.
What's the politician that said he was going to? Who's the politician that said he was going to take on some of the WWE's bad practices? What was his name?
No,
Are you talking about Andrew Yang?
Yes, Andrew Yang. And so is this related to Andrew Yang?
Well, Yang isn't. He's not an office holder. I mean, he ran for president. Obviously, didn't get that. He ran for mayor of New York City. Didn't get that either.
Yeah.
But he did say that he had some contacts in the labor department in the Biden administration, and he did want to see the WWE's practices gone after. He did say that. Yeah. But I don't think this is related to that. From what I understand, there's a congressman in the House of Representatives that wants to push a federal Ali Act.
Yeah. Absolutely. Liam, your thoughts?
I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, Mr. Gray makes a valid point in the comments there. It obviously might force the companies to make them actual employees. I mean,
they would have to.
Yeah, exactly. So the only thing is, I'm curious to see, obviously, if an actual wrestler gets released as well, how will that affect?
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I mean, I guess if they get released, that whole 90 days or 6 months bullcrap is out the window, and these guys can go and ply their trade somewhere. So,
and if they were made employees, they would be entitled to benefits as well.
Yeah,
The
including
WWE or AEW or whoever would be required to offer them health insurance because they're a large employer of more than 30 people.
Yeah, absolutely. So welcome healthcare to professional wrestlers who desperately need it. Naomi and WWE talks are ongoing for her return. We talked about this yesterday on the Magic of Wrestling, but Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks, appeared at Wrestle Kingdom 17, and it was, in the terms of how the JFB sees it, a flop. It was not good at all. Kenny Omega is the New Japan Pro Wrestling North American champion. That was an amazing match. Ken Drive, what were your thoughts really quick on that match?
United States champion?
Yeah, it's United States.
Yeah, United States. Sorry. Yeah.
I was like, they got a North American champion. It makes more sense to call North American champion than U.S. champion. Do they even wrestle in USA enough?
Yeah. Mr. Expert, what were your thoughts on the match really quick?
I loved it. Brilliant match. Love Don Callis on commentary. Great back and forth. I mean, it's everything you want. It's the hits of the Kenny Omega Will Ospreay match.
Yeah, absolutely. Liam, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of to piggyback off what Mr. Eyesiks said. I think it's probably one of my actual favorite matches. But I mean, it got 6.25 stars from obviously Dave Meltzer, so it's tied now with the number of obviously 5-star matches. So that pretty much says it all, really.
Yeah, absolutely. AEW is looking to push Kazuchika Takeshita to the moon. That is their plans, even though he's still contractually obligated to Noah. He's also a full-time wrestler for AEW. Dragon Lee, you might remember him. Him and his partner beat FTR for the AAA Tag Team Championships. He's no longer with AAA. He is now officially a member of WWE.
He's not with AAA anymore. He's with Triple H.
Yeah, he's with. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Coffee.
So Dragon Lee is gone, and WWE is not going to stop there. They are interested in bringing the never open weight champion Tama Tonga into the fold as well. I wonder if they're going to go for the bang for the buck and get Tama and Toa Loa as well, and bring in the Gorillas of Destiny. I know they can't bring Hikuleo in because Hikuleo is still got 2 years left on his contract, I think. So
it would be cool to have them go against the Usos.
Oh, that would be incredible. Seeing as they have somewhat of a relationship, with the Tongan kid. Teal Piper, who is the daughter of Roddy Piper, was at the Dark tapings and did wrestle for AEW. So that's really exciting. We have a main event match for Royal Rumble. It's going to be Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Candace, your thoughts on this main event?
Oh, it's pitiful. It's pitiful. You know there's no way in hell Kevin Owens is walking away with the WWE Undisputed Championships, both of them. There's no way.
I mean, we didn't
think it was one of them. Maybe it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't think he was going to win against Seth Rollins at Monday Night Raw, and Triple H gave him the rub. So,
well, the reason why is you got to get him to win if he's going against.
Yeah, I agree. Mr. Expert, your thoughts?
I think it'll be a good match. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I think these two will work well together. I mean, obviously Reigns is retaining.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any delusions here that Kevin Owens is going to win, but I do think it'll be a really good match, so I'm looking forward to it. I think Owens will bring a really good match out of Reigns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you bet $2,000 that Roman Reigns is going to win?
Yeah.
I wonder the odds are for that.
You win $5.
It's like 900,000 to 1 that Owens gets to win. So, and for Reigns, it's probably 1 in 5.
So you can put down $1 on Kevin Owens. If he wins, you're going to win a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the match?
I mean, even though it's a predictable match, I'm kind of excited because I do obviously like Kevin Owens. I like his in-ring style, but yeah, I mean, I don't see him. Obviously, the tribal chief, he's losing at the moment.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, how's it going?
Hey, Alex Haney's in the house, and as always, Dave Meltzer. Liam, I thought you had a sense it wasn't a wrestling match; it was gymnastics display. Oh, jeez.
That salty son of a bitch.
I was
Listen here,
wondering where
Scottish.
he's been.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've been wondering where he's been. That salty sob, and sure enough, he's lurking. He's looking in the comments. He's lurking, just waiting for the right time to pounce.
Old Scottish cornet there.
Yeah. So,
Scottish Cornet, I like it.
oh, guess who's back?
Back again.
Back again. Vinnie Mac is back again. Vinnie Mac, Vinnie Mac, Vinnie Mac. He's back in WWE, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. He is now the chairman of the board. Now, the reasoning behind this and the reason why he was reinstated is because they have their TV rights coming up relatively soon. But there's also the talk of JP Morgan Chase being retained to facilitate either one or two things: a sale, which will happen imminently within the next 3 to 6 months, or they could possibly go private. So Canada Dry, what are your thoughts on Vinnie Mac coming back and JP Morgan Chase trying to sell him? As I close my door so my dogs will bark.
So I'm interested to know if Monday Raw will feel different this Monday night. I'm wondering, so if you could, when you answer, let me know how you feel about that to JFB's question. So include that in there. And I'm really interested to know who is going to buy this. Are we going to see this on Disney? Are we going to see this on Amazon Prime? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Mr. Eyesiks, your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of like what I said yesterday. I think it's probably going to be NBC Universal. But to answer Canada Dry's question, I don't think Raw is going to look any different because I don't think Vince is going to have any role on the actual televised product.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to have any influence on it. I think all that this is he basically said to the board, I'm not going to approve a sale or another digital streaming deal or a TV rights deal unless you bring me in and let me have a say in the negotiations.
Yeah.
And as the majority stakeholder, unless he signs off on it, they can't do a deal. It's frozen.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only thing happening.
Jeremy, don't you think that Vince McMahon is just waiting until he's comfortable to start moving further, more control?
Well, I mean, if he's there to negotiate a sale, I don't think so. I mean, if they're not going to sell and they're going to stay the way they are, then I could possibly see that, but I don't think that's happening. I think he's there to usher in a sale and then he's going to step away.
Yeah.
That's going to be it.
Okay. Liam, your thoughts?
Well, to obviously answer Canada Dry's question, I don't think Raw's going to look different, but I think it might look a little bit different backstage. There might be a lot of people unhappy. That's the thing. But as regards to the sale, obviously we spoke about it yesterday. I mean, I think the one I saw today was Saudi Arabia, some sort of interest there. So, but there's so many people obviously might be interested, but until we know for definite, we have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the plus about them being a publicly traded company is that if anyone makes a bid to buy them, they have to release that information. So it's not like it's going to be in the dark. Now, we've heard Saudi Arabia, we've heard
The
Endeavor.
country is going to buy it.
Well, the Crown Prince and
It's
his
a public investment group, which is
yeah, the public
basically
investment group.
basically a socialized.
Imagine like the whole country just buys WWE. It's like
Basically,
now,
yeah.
yeah,
It essentially is the country. Yeah.
So, but I don't think Raw looks different. I think people's attitudes are going to be different. I think the rumor is there's a lot of people that are not happy with Vince being reinstated. But if the sale doesn't go through and they choose to go private or they choose to just stay status quo, I think Vince makes a power move, and I think Vince goes after to get back into power. And he has the votes and he has the board behind him to do it. So it's bullshit, but that's what you deal with when you deal with a narcissist like Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So, All right, that's our news. Holy cow. Wow. So good news. And now, before we get into our main event, before we get into our next chapter, we, of course, have a brand new sponsor for season 3. I know I'm excited.
I'm excited about this.
I'm stoked because we're getting one in the mail. Each of us gets one in the mail. It's our
Absolutely.
new sponsor.
Excited.
It's Sabre, and it's
That's actually pronounced Saber.
oh, Saber. Oh, sorry, sorry, our new advertising overlords. It is Saber with the Pyramid 2.0. Unleash the power of the Pyramid. Saber.
Woo!
Think different. All right.
Now,
So,
I want to
yeah.
talk a bit about this thing for a second. This thing is a console video game.
Yeah.
That streams to your TV.
Yeah.
You can take it with you.
Yeah.
It's also a very high-tech computer. And the vibration on this thing, when you're watching a YouTube video,
Yeah.
you can feel JFB talk when he's got that intro. It's amazing.
It's
boom
awesome.
voice. Yeah.
It's freaking awesome, and everybody on the panel is getting one.
And
so,
it's going to be on all 4 shows. We're going to be talking about this weekly. So this is exciting.
yeah,
That is
Absolutely.
exciting. I can't wait.
Saber.
Saber, damn it, Saber, not Sabre.
Is it actually true they obviously come in different colours as well?
It will eventually come in different colors as well. Yes.
Rattle the saber, my friends.
Yeah. Wi-Fi will be available at a later date, but nonetheless, it's still going to work. So let's get to our joke of the week. Our joke of the week is brought to you by the JFB. He's got the joke of the week this week. I'm flexing my dad joke muscles. Here we go. Joke of the week. So, in my day-to-day life and in the course of my day, I stopped by a funeral home and was talking to a gentleman, and this man tried to sell me a coffin. He tried to sell the JFB a coffin. I said, listen, I got to tell you, that's the last thing I need. Ah! The coffin's the last thing you need.
That did not land well. Oh. Of course, this joke has been brought to you by our friends at Saber.
Yep, Saber.
Unleash the power of the pyramid.
Power of the Pyramid. There it is. 2.0.
Whoop,
2.0.
whoop.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's the last time the JFB will be doing a joke of the week. I want to thank everybody for their attention. And now we, of course, land on what we all came here for, and that is the main event. Interns, hit it.
Gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Oh,
I was jumping to that.
go. Here we go.
I have a question.
Sure.
In that main event intro, was that Liam like looking all like
Yeah,
in that one scene?
that was
Like, that
Liam.
was the first time Liam was ever on our show, I think.
Yes,
I think so.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I actually remember that.
Headlights look, huh?
The thing was, this is obviously before I actually had all the actual camera set up. Now, obviously, everything's changed. So,
I never noticed him in there before.
Yeah, the utter look of surprise and sheer terror is payment enough for all of us. So, anyways, our main event, we are going to do the Mount Rushmore's draft. Now, here's the thing: we aren't including AEW, and here's the reason why. They're only 3 years old. Each of these promotions have at least 20 years or more in being a wrestling promotion. WWE, WWF, WCW, TNA Impact, and Ring of Honor. So we're gonna go with WWF first. We took everybody shot dice in the back. Canada Dry got Snake Eyes. He goes first. We're gonna do it like a snake draft. So Canada Dry, who is your first pick on the Mount Rushmore for WWE/WWF?
I have consulted my advocate for all my picks.
Yeah.
Advocate, if you could just type your name, just type he's watching the show. Just say something so I can put you on the screen. So me and my advocate, we discussed this, and we are proud to select to Mount WWF Mount Rushmore, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Surprise.
Shock.
Stalker of the show.
That's right. Bret the Hitman Hart. So let's talk about Bret really quickly, guys. FN Expert, what are your thoughts on the pick?
It's a solid pick. Yeah.
And here's my advocate.
He's on my short list.
Yeah. Liam, what are your thoughts on Bret the Hitman Hart on the Mount Rushmore of WWE, WWF?
I mean, you can see why. I mean, he had so much loyalty, obviously, to Vince. I mean, but of course, then the Montreal screw job happened. But as a whole, I think it's a very solid pick.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, we don't apologize. We are, we make no apologies. We are Bret Hart marks.
We're going to be getting some Bret Hart glasses to start the show, some autographed Bret Hart glasses. We're going to start the show every episode with them, and then they'll be taken off when we play.
Yeah.
I had a pair of those when I was a kid.
I did too, and I lost them, but the adult James with buying power is getting a couple of them for me.
Autographed ones.
So I will go second, and I'm going to go with this. I have a feeling most of these.
Roddy Piper.
Yes. My pick is Roddy Piper. Everybody puts faces on the Mount Rushmore, but you need a heel, and there was no better heel.
I apologize.
It's okay. I'll steal your thunder next time, you son of a bitch. It's Roddy Piper, man. I live for Roddy Piper. My car's named Roddy Piper. I have met the man. He is an amazing human being. So that's who I'm going with. I'm going with Roddy Piper. So, Canada Dry, your thoughts on my pick?
I knew that was your pick. You knew what my pick was. I knew what your pick was. So this is no surprise. But Roddy Piper, he was on my short list. I wanted him, but I knew there's no way in hell I was getting the hot rod.
Mr. Eyesiks, your thoughts?
He's on my secondary list. Yeah. I mean, you can't deny he's one of the best personalities in the history of WWE.
It was a dick move.
Alex, it was a dick move. Indeed it was, sir. Indeed it was. Liam, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to sound like an idiot because he actually wasn't on my list, but as a personality, he was absolutely great. I'll always remember him from his promos.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll always remember fondly watching him crack a coconut over Jimmy Snuka's head. And I'm like, that's a guy I want to be best friends with.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Jimmy Snuka deserved that.
Yeah, he does. That guy's a dirty dog. He is a dirty dog. All right, Liam, you are third. Who are you going with on the Mount Rushmore of WWE, WWF?
Canada Dry, do you want to take a guess? Because she seems to have got 1 for 1 at the moment.
I'm going with Davey Boy.
No, he's not even on this list, actually. But my first pick is Bruno Sammartino, and here's the reason why.
Oh, that's a nice pick. I like
so before Hulk Hogan, do you know what I mean? You had obviously Bruno, obviously is a big part of that actual area, and I think he paved the way for obviously the likes of Hulk Hogan. So yeah, Bruno.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, what, 800 plus days as the champion? Yeah. I mean, that man was a legacy through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Even now, people invoke that name. So that's a great list. That's a great pick. Canada Dry, your thoughts really quick.
I love it. And Liam shocked me there because I didn't think he was going for like a legacy pick like that. And props to you, Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Bulldog is really good, but I just feel like Bruno obviously paved the way for a generation of wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Eyesiks, your thoughts really quick.
Yeah, great pick. He was on my short list as well. He is the guy in WWE prior to WrestleMania, that era. Yeah.
Apparently, Alex has never heard of this.
He's like the giant haystacks of WWE.
Giant haystacks.
Yeah, he was like giant haystacks, you know. So,
Oh,
anyways, God, Haney, I never heard of him.
He's damn well heard of him.
So full of crap. He's full of crap and haggis.
Salt.
Okay,
Salt. Lots of salt.
F an expert. Wrapping
All
it
right.
up, you have the last pick. Who it is?
So mine is based on cultural significance and drawing power and all that stuff. So mine's Hogan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean you just can't deny that.
yeah. Okay, I'm digging it. Canada Dry, your thoughts on our favorite friend of the show, Hulk Hogan?
You can't deny him.
Yeah.
He without Hulk Hogan, could they have picked someone else to be the head of the company? And I don't think so. I think he was the perfect person, perfect time, perfect storm. So
Yeah.
I think you can't deny Hulk Hogan on this in this Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I mean he transcended wrestling. That was the big get, is he transcended the sport, and people automatically associate wrestling with Hulk Hogan. Liam, your thoughts on the Hulkster?
I mean, we've said it a few times. I think the thing is with Hulk Hogan, he come at the right time. So, but yeah, I mean, I can see obviously why he'd be on this actual list.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna go now to world class, world championship wrestling.
Okay,
Yeah,
so officially we have Bret Hart,
yeah,
Bruno Sammartino,
yep,
Hulk Hogan,
yep.
and Roddy Piper are the WWF/WWE Hall of Fame, Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. There we go. Mount Rushmore. So let's go to WCW, and we're going to do a snake draft. So the last who picked is the first who gets to pick. F an expert, who are you picking for WCW's Mount Rushmore?
Woo!
Yeah.
Nature boy.
No,
Yeah.
God, no.
The cultural
sounds like
icon.
that's
that
Michael
most people know
Scott.
from WCW.
Canada Dry. I think we know your thoughts on Ric Flair. What are your thoughts on this pick?
Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't mind. I'm not picking Ric Flair, so someone's gonna pick him.
Liam, what are your thoughts?
I mean, again, it's a solid pick. We know obviously what Rick's like, obviously in the ring, but yeah, I mean, that's all for me.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with the 16-time world's heavyweight champion. I mean,
And you know what my favorite thing about him is?
What?
Woo! I love doing
Woo!
that. Even if you don't like Ric Flair,
Woo!
you gotta love the woo.
Yeah. And this is a
Yeah.
guy who's transcended the sport as well. I mean, tons of rap artists sing songs about him. He's doing commercials and all this while he's like 80 years old and, damn near died not that long ago. So, I mean, that guy he's like diamonds forever. And so is Ric Flair. So with that being said, Liam, who are you picking for WCW's Mount Rushmore?
So my pick for WCW is the icon himself, Sting. And here's the reason
Sting.
why.
Oh, there we go.
So the thing is, obviously, Sting's to me defies what you call loyalty. We know obviously all the problems what WCW had, but every diehard WCW fan knew that Sting was basically going to stay there, and he did until they obviously shut down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the Sting? It's Sting.
Every one of us had Sting on our list, and we knew that only one of us was gonna get him. So, Sting, such an icon, such a great face of a company.
Yeah,
can't go wrong with Sting.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go with my pick. Sting wasn't even the best Blade Runner. My God,
You think
seriously.
Ultimate Warrior is better than Sting?
Haney has. See,
Really
here's
now?
the thing. Haney doesn't have hot takes. He's just trying to piss us off. He's trying to get a reaction. So we just ignore
I
him.
don't mind. It's great. It's great.
Now we can't call that a Scottish Cornette pick because Cornette
Yeah.
can't stand Jim Hellwig.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with my pick for WCW, and that is going to be 250 pounds, baby, blue-eyed soul. I'm talking about Dusty Rhodes, baby. Woo! The son of a plumber. That is my pick because, I mean, you have the holy trinity of WCW. It's Flair, it's Sting, it's Dusty. And, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So, Canada Dry, your thoughts on my pick for Dusty Rhodes?
Okay, so we have a nickname for someone in the AFW chat. Bad Take Cade.
Yeah.
So Joseph Graham makes a comment. Alec is making a run for the nickname Bad Take Alex. So, he's fine. So am I making my pick or am I commenting on yours?
You're commenting on mine?
Oh, let me tell you something. Dusty Rhodes is the greatest WCW world champion, if you will.
Oh, Evan Expert in your best Dusty impression. Tell us what you think about my pick, Dusty Rhodes.
I love Dusty Rhodes, baby. He's got the talent, he's got the charisma, and he knows all about hard times. No, I love Dusty. I didn't put him on my list because he predated the NWA WCW switchover.
Yeah.
So I didn't include him on mine. But if we're including Jim Crockett Promotions, then yeah, Dusty's got to be on the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Liam, your thoughts and your best Dusty voice.
Oh, no. Oh, I got to hear this.
I'm not even going to try my impression because I'll probably screw it up. But I mean,
No,
to
you
me,
got to at least try. Come on.
let me tell you something. Dusty Rhodes is really, really good.
That's good. That was really
Cartman.
good.
That was
That's
awesome.
Eric
I love
Cartman
it.
is Dusty Rhodes.
That was solid.
That was-
No,
That was
I mean,
impersonation.
I absolutely love Dusty. I feel like he's an all-around person. Plus, the guy had actually a great mind for obviously the business as well.
Yeah. Alex Haney, Dusty was never WCW champion. We are aware of that. However, that man booked for WCW for multiple years. And
He did.
during the 83 weeks, he was one of the head bookers. And, you know, you got to give him credit. Anytime somebody's going to call you out of the blue for a finish, and that's why it's called the Dusty finish, you deserve to be on Mount Rushmore, Mr. Haney.
And Jim Crockett Promotions, he was great there too.
Wow, he was a fantastic in Jim
Yeah.
Crockett. All right, Canada Dry, you are finishing up the second round of WCW. Who are you taking?
Me and Joseph Graham, we are proud to draft this individual for the second time today, Bret the Hitman Hart.
All right.
Oh my God!
I'm calling
Let me
fix on
down.
this.
Bret the Hitman Hart never, ever lost that world championship.
Okay, that's true. He did not lose it. I don't know what to say. How long was Bret in WCW? Like a year,
He
year
was
and a
in there
half?
A couple of years. He was in there
Yeah.
a couple of years.
Okay,
Yeah, it was a couple of years. I mean, I think it's what,
The greatest United States champion of all
like
time.
98 to 2000.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we don't apologize for being Bret Hart Marks. I don't know if I put him on the Mount Rushmore, but not over guys like Lex Luger or Arn and
Lex
Tully.
Lex, who?
DDP.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
DDP, Diamond
Never
Dallas
heard of him.
Page. Yeah, he does
Never
this
heard of
yoga thing.
As I'm hiding up the toy.
I never heard of him. He's got a big ass bobblehead right behind you. Okay. So now we've completed WCW. Officially, we have Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, The Stinger, and Bret the Hitman Hart. So now it's time for us to go a little south to the little area called Nashville, Tennessee, where TNA was born because Jeff Jarrett couldn't get hired anywhere else and decided to start his own wrestling promotion. 20 years later, it's now known as Impact. But you had some amazing people that have come through those doors. And so I'm going to go ahead and leave it to Canada Dry first. Canada Dry from TNA and Impact, who is your first pick? And it can't be Bret Hart.
Well, shouldn't it be someone who hasn't picked first yet?
We can, yeah.
Yeah, let's
We
do
can-
someone who, well, a different first pick each promotion.
Okay. So F and Expert, you go first. Who is your first pick for TNA and Impact?
I got to go with a guy who I think was better, and this is a hot take, was better in TNA than in WWE. I'm going to go Kurt Angle.
Wow, Kurt Angle. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Kurt Angle.
Now I
Okay.
can go second.
So Canada Dry, what are your thoughts on Kurt Angle for TNA and Impact?
I thought that he brought legitimacy to TNA. He gave it instant recognition, and I think he was quite possibly the greatest TNA Impact champion of all time.
Okay.
Agree.
All right.
Absolutely.
Liam, your thoughts?
I mean, Kurt Angle's debut is probably up there, one of my favorites. I always remember Don West on commentary, and yeah, I think to me, Kurt Angle was better in TNA. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
See, I prefer badass shooter Angle
Yeah.
over like the goofy, I'm a comedy guy Angle
Yeah.
like he was in WWE.
But he played the straight guys so well, and that's a huge thing, because when you're dealing with a comedy duo or a trio, you have to have a straight guy. You have to have a straight man. He did it better than anybody else. I mean, he was the Dean Martin of
wasn't a straight
WWE.
guy when he's wearing that little hat. Come on.
I just
I'm
don't
telling
like
you.
putting shooters in comedy roles. That bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. I
Yeah.
prefer TNA Kurt. I like the
Yeah.
music better. I like his style better. Yeah.
I agree. Kurt Angle's a great pick for TNA Impact. I mean, he was there kind of in the heyday, right when it was cresting. Was he part of the Main Event Mafia? I can't remember.
Yes, he
I
was.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, he was involved with a lot of great storylines, and you're right. I mean, he was a killer, and that's what he was brought in for. So, Canada Dry, you go second. TNA Impact. Who you going with?
Was Bret Hart ever in TNA? No, he wasn't.
No.
No,
Bret Hart.
No.
But I am going. I talked with Joseph Graham,
Yeah.
and we decided that the best pick is to keep it in Canada. The instant classic, Christian Cage.
Christian Cage. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I feel that Christian Cage really cemented his legacy in TNA and showed that he can carry a company.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I gotta say, in all honesty, he had a better run in TNA Impact than he's had ever in WWE. Period. I mean, he was always second banana to Edge. It was always Edge and Christian, and then when Christian went on this solo run, just wasn't effective. F&N Expert, your thoughts on it?
I did not have him on my
Who's Rat
list.
Boy?
'Cause
What are
to
you
be
talking
honest,
about?
I didn't even think about him. But I think this is a solid pick, and I think he's another guy that, like you said, I think he was better here than he was initially in WWE because he was able to get out from underneath the thumb of Edge and be his own guy. And I mean, he was great in TNA.
Okay, Liam, your thoughts really quick.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Isaac said it best there. We got to see, obviously, Christian Cage as an actual singles wrestler, not Christian Cage and Edge. And I think he did actually carry the company. Yeah,
he did a really good job. He carried them kind of at a time when they were on the downtick. They weren't getting the ratings. They lost their TV deal with Spike, and he carried them on his back. So I'm going to go next with my pick. I'm kind of torn here. I want to go with one. I have two guys that I really want to pick. I'm going to go with Christopher Daniels, Mr. TNA. This guy's a TNA original. After years and years, years and years on the indie scene, he finally broke into a major promotion and has been there pretty much on and off his entire career. And this guy is a great wrestler. If you watch his body of work, he wasn't a Rat Boy. Who's Haney? That was Vince's name for Christian was Rat Boy. Okay,
I didn't know that.
But Christopher Daniels, man, watch his body of work in TNA and realize how impactful he was. Not in just the regular division, he was in tops in the X division. He was always in big matches. Anytime he wrestled, it was a big match. It felt like a big match feel to it. So, Liam, your thoughts on Christopher Daniels?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love Christopher Daniels. I love his in-ring work. I mean, the guy's literally done everything in TNA, and he's incredible to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. F&N Expert, your thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't have him on my list, but he's a solid pick. That X division in TNA was the life and soul of TNA during the mid 2000s.
I like what Alex Haney saying. Just because he's bald, JV doesn't make him. That's why you're picking him, isn't it?
I am kind of surprised that we passed on a couple people, but
okay. So
I'm
Here's
traveling.
my take on this, JFB.
Yeah.
Only because you passed over AJ Styles
Yeah,
and
that's the
Samoa
big one I
Joe.
was thinking of. Yeah,
Like these two, you're overpassing for the Rushmore. Like, I'm shocked.
Yeah. I mean, AJ was there for a while, but Christopher Daniels was there from the beginning, and he was pretty much there through.
And Liam has two great picks. I hopefully picks one of them.
I've got three, but I'm actually. I'm going to go for a shocker here. I'm going to go for a female wrestler here.
No.
I'm going to go for Gail Kim.
Oh,
this is a
yeah,
horrible.
Gail Kim.
No.
Oh yeah,
Horrible
what a great pick.
Horrible pick.
No, but here's the thing, though, right? I mean, she's not noticeable in WWE, but yet when you look at a TNA run, I mean, she's in the Hall of Fame. God damn it! What did I say
my
no more?
goodness,
Yeah.
this is the worst Mount Rushmore of my life.
I was gonna pick. I was gonna originally go with Jeff Jarrett, but I felt he started the company.
3 guys not on that Mount Rushmore. Horrible.
Yeah. So I said I can't pick Jeff Jarrett because it's it was his promotion. So Gail Kim is a great pick, and I will justify this. She left a very depleted and very sour WWE women's division. Went to when you believe, or is that discount? I don't believe in the flat Earth. You stupid son of a bee.
Who are you saying believes in a flat Earth, Alex?
probably
Maybe
AJ
Styles.
Styles. Yeah,
Not AJ Styles. I think
AJ
Chris
Styles has made some comments about,
Yeah,
about flat Earth before.
yeah, flat Earth.
Is he joking though?
I don't think he is, man.
He doesn't joke around on Twitter.
I think he's a good old fashioned Southern right winger.
Yeah.
That's very, 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 very right wing. Like that's extreme.
Yeah,
But Gail Kim went to Impact when there was virtually no women in there and made that division. She solidified Impact TNA as being a destination for up and coming women to get the foot in the door. You know, you look at Mickey James, you look at Tara Valkyrie. I mean, you know, Awesome Kong. The list goes on and on of these amazing ODB, Old Dirty Bitch. I mean, she got in there. You're right. Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong was some of the great rivalry matches between those two were just amazing. So, Evan Expert, your thoughts on Liam's pick of Gail Kim?
I'm going to defend my man Liam here. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah.
I really do, because it's a good pick, Canada Dry. Like mid 2000s women's TNA, like brought real women's wrestling to America. I mean, it really did. Like Gail Kim was their star. Her matches with Awesome Kong were just fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid pick.
Yeah.
I really do.
Okay. I'm going to tell you why it's not. Nothing against Gail Kim because she's Canadian. She's a great wrestler. But you're overlooking Jeff Jarrett. You're overlooking AJ Styles. You're overlooking Samoa Joe, who are up here, Gail Kim down here. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but obviously to back out what JB said, Jeff did obviously start the company, so it's like, can you really put him on there?
Oh, yeah.
That's like saying that's like putting Vince McMahon on Mount Rushmore.
Well, listen, just to clarify, when there's an AFW Mount Rushmore, I'm going on it. I don't care what you
I will be the one to vote for you. I will vote for your inclusion on the Mount Rushmore. In fact, I might make a Mount Rushmore T-shirt for us. I got a new. I got
put the four of us on it. We'll just say screw you and everyone else.
It's just 4 pictures of Canada Dry in different hats and stuff.
Yes,
I see it. I see
my
it.
Green Lantern hat, my
Batman hat. Yep.
AFW hat,
I got it.
wrestling hat, my Batman hat. Yeah.
All right, so our TNA Mount Rushmore. Holy Christopher Columbus, Christopher Daniels.
Look at this salty comment.
Just because you get a chubby watching wrestling doesn't make them a legend.
Now, do you get that from Gail Kim or do you get that from Awesome Kong? That's what I'm
not gonna judge. Whatever you float your boat, right?
Yeah, whatever gets you up in the morning and blows your horn. That's all that matters. So, our TNA Impact Mount Rushmore is Christopher Daniels, Kurt Angle, Christian Cage, and Gail Kim. We did leave off guys like Frank Kazarian, Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe.
Abyss.
Wow.
I mean, what about Abyss, guys?
Yeah, I mean that alone right there, that's a freaking $1 million Mount Rushmore right there too as well. So now that we're done boggling, Canada Dry's mind, and before he starts to stroke out, we're gonna go with Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor now currently owned by Tony Khan, AEW. 20-year career, 20-year existence and going. Bobby Roode, that's another one. Who is the guy that used to wrestle with him with Bobby
James
Roode?
Storm.
James Storm.
James Storm, that's it. Yeah, James Storm. Who, by the way, doesn't live that far away from where I live. I've seen him around town. He's a very interesting guy.
He wrestles
So
up
who
here a
hasn't
lot.
gone
He was
first
the
yet?
OVW champion a lot
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. What'd you say, Canada?
Who hasn't gone first yet?
Liam has not gone first. So, Liam, you up first. Who is your pick for Ring of Honor on Mount Rushmore?
Well, I've got 4 picks, but I'm going to be nice here because I'm going to let you guys have some of the other picks. I'm going to go with Nigel McGuinness.
Oh, good one.
UK representation there. Yeah.
There you go. I mean, the guy literally gave absolutely everything for Ring of Honor, and obviously now can't wrestle for obvious reasons. So yeah, Nigel McGuinness, my first pick.
Wow, great freaking haul. I'll go first on the comments. There are very few people that are associated long term with Ring of Honor, and he is one of them. Probably one of their greatest champions of all time. I mean, unfreaking believable how awesome he is. Mr. Expert, your thoughts on Nigel McGuinness?
I think that's a great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Nigel had some amazing matches and feuds in Ring of Honor. Can't argue with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Canada Dry, your thoughts on
do
Nigel?
something like this and totally redeem yourself.
I got the Dumb and Dumber bit.
Yep. That's all I can think of when I saw that.
All right. Evan Expert, you're next. Who is on your Mount Rushmore Ring of Honor?
I got to take the obvious pick here of who really put Ring of Honor on the map on the internet, and I got to go with CM Punk.
Yeah, good pick. He was on my list as well. You can't go wrong with Punk. I mean, that man, the Summer of Punk is probably one of the greatest storylines that ever happened in Ring of Honor. The fact that he signed his contract on the belt he won, telling everybody I'm leaving, was just pure brilliance. And everybody hated him. But by the time he left, it was his last match, everybody started rooting for him. And it was amazing to take that audience and turn them over that summer length of time. So, Canada Dry, your thoughts on CM Punk, or as I like to call him, the guy who's going to be managed by a Steel.
Oh wow! I'm so glad that the Cult of Personality is on our Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
No one is more deserving than CM Punk. I love him. I don't care what anyone says. I'm a Punk fan forever.
Yeah, same here. He's a great guy, and he stays solid. Liam, what are your thoughts on CM Punk?
I mean, he's absolutely solid pick. We know obviously everything that Punk's done in ROH, and obviously it was the first time we got to see Punk before he went obviously to WWE in AEW, kinda.
Yeah, absolutely. Canada Dry, you're up next. Who are you going with for Ring of Honor?
Well, me and my advocate were talking, and we wanted Punk. We wanted McGuinness.
Yeah.
But the person we really, really wanted is available right now.
Yeah.
And we proudly draft him to our Mount Rushmore. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon.
Okay. Wow. That man. The reason why he is where he is today is because of 2 promotions. Dragon's Gate, where he pretty much got his start, and Ring of Honor, which is where he made a name for himself. He would not have gone into WWE if it wasn't for his Ring of Honor, what he did in Ring of Honor. Liam, your thoughts on Danielson?
I mean, when you think of obviously Ring of Honor, Danielson does come to your mind. I mean, but Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely a great wrestler all the way around, and every single match he had in Ring of Honor was so entertaining for me.
Yeah. F1 expert, your thoughts?
Excellent pick. He was towards the top of my list as well. If I wasn't able to get Punk, I was probably going to pick Danielson. Yeah. I mean, he's just one of those guys that I identify with early Ring of Honor. I identify with Bryan Danielson. He stood out to me immediately when I saw him.
Okay. So I get picked last.
Okay, hold on. I got to talk here. You
Okay.
better not screw this up. we got a perfect Mount Rushmore.
I mean, you know, there was
cheeseburger here. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick cheeseburger. No, I had multiple guys. Punk was on my list. But I gotta go with a guy who's known for his tenure in Ring of Honor, baby. And that is Roderick Strong. I swear to you, you thought I was going Adam Cole, but it's wrong. It's Mr. Ring of Honor, Roderick Strong. I know I should have picked Samoa Joe, but I didn't because I was out of any face that I've ever rooted for, and it's minuscule. The list on that is like I can count it on my hands. Alex Haney, you're an idiot. Yeah, let me tell you something, buddy. Okay. I am not an idiot. I'm a crafty son of a bitch. There's a difference. Roderick Strong is known as Mr. Ring of Honor for one reason and one reason only. That guy performs night in and night out. He can have a leg dangling from a tendon, his head turned completely backwards, and his back crooked like a river, and he'd still wrestle, and he probably would give you a 5-star match. That's how important Roderick Strong is to that promotion. He's an amazing talent. You know, take away his run in WWE, which has just been nothing but absolute shit. This is by far and large. He helped take Ring of Honor to the next step. You know, you had bigger name guys, but he was the one who put it on his back, and he took them to elevations they haven't hit in quite some time. So, Canada Dry Gibson. I don't understand that. Alex Haney says Gibson.
Is he on Kool-Aid again?
He's on
Robert Gibson.
Canada Dry, your thoughts on my pick of Roderick Strong?
I was absolutely shocked that you didn't pick Adam Cole. You picked Strong.
Yeah. And
you didn't pick Samoa Joe. So
yeah.
I was shocked. Strong is great, but I'm still in shock.
Yeah, I know. You need some time to recover.
I'm okay. It's gonna take
F1 expert, your thoughts on my pick, Roderick Strong?
I mean, he's a great worker. He did a lot of great, amazing work in Ring of Honor. I think of those guys, I personally would have went with Adam Cole. That's just me. But I mean, Roderick Strong's great. He had a great run in Ring of Honor. Can't really argue against it. Yeah.
Liam, your thoughts on my pick, Roddy Strong?
I'm absolutely in shock as well. But obviously Roderick Strong was good, but was he at the level of obviously Samoa Joe? I don't know. I doubt that. Remains to be seen, I guess.
Yeah.
He was world champion. He
was a world champion.
Yeah.
He should have gone against, he should never sign with WWE. He should have gone to AEW when he had the chance instead of re-upping his contract. And then he could have fought.
How much longer is left on his contract?
He's got a year left on his contract.
So he could go to WWE after and join Cole and his Canadian brethren.
Yeah.
And his wife.
Yeah.
Marina Shafir.
Yeah. Marina Shafir.
Okay. So most likely he will go there then.
The likelihood is he's probably going to end up at AEW. That's provided he doesn't go for the money, because WWE is they're going to slay him with a freaking amazing contract.
I like Andy's comment here. He took them from 100 to 112 people.
The comment of this is the Mount Rushmore of comments. There you go.
Yeah, that's the Mount Rushmore comments.
You win.
Oh, jeez. There's a reason why you're not on our show, Alex.
We love you.
Everybody wants you here except for me, you son of a bitch. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm just kidding. You know I love you, Haney. You know I love you. So let's go over our really quickly. For WWE, we had Piper, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, and Bruno Sammartino. For WCW, we had Sting, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and someone picked Bret Hart. I can't imagine who. TNA Impact, which might be the weakest of this Mount Rushmore that draft that we've done. We have Christopher Daniels, Kurt Angle, Christian Cage, and Gail Kim. And Ring of Honor, we have Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Roderick Strong, and Nigel McGuinness. Holy cow. Guys, that's the end of our show. I thought we had a pretty good draft until we got to TNA Impact, and it kind of went all the shit from there.
Kevin DeDry and Mr. Expert here, we did our job on TNA. You guys did not.
I'm sorry, Bret Hart in WCW.
It's Bret Hart. We are a Bret Hart heavy program. Do you not understand that?
We are unabashed when we say that we love Bret Hart. That we do not apologize. We are unapologetic.
Bret Hart, Mark, and I will select him at any given time.
If he'd been in TNA,
even when it's not a draft, I'm like, the answer is Bret Hart.
Yeah.
We should have done we should do a territories one. We could talk Stampede Wrestling. Bret Hart's going to come up. I mean, it's just inevitable. If Bret Hart wrestled for a promotion,
He's coming up.
there's a good chance we're going to pick him. So, but yeah, I mean, that's our show. Freaking amazing. The wheels kind of came off the bus on TNA Impact, but nonetheless, we persevered. I think we put out, personal opinions matter a lot, I mean, so so anyways, that's our show, guys. There's multiple ways you can get in touch with us. One is to go to our YouTube channel. It's at youtube.com/effing wrestling. Scroll all the way down. We have some of our social media links. But if you want to get in on AFW, that's our Prediction League. Now, according to Prediction League Monthly, which is a periodical that I read every month, we are number one. Everybody else is like thousands of votes behind us. We are number one by such a huge margin that it would make my mother blush. That's how good we are. And my mom don't blush easy, okay? Yeah. So anyway, so you can go to our website, effingwrestling.com, and you can scroll all the way down to the bottom. We'll have all our social media links. We are in the middle of getting ready to redesign the website. So we'll have a brand new spanking effingwrestling.com 2.0.
And it'll be at the top, so you don't have to scroll all the way down.
Yeah, you don't have to scroll down past you don't have to scroll down past the Touch Brothers. There we go. We're all the way to the bottom. No. It's going to be at the top now. It's going to be at the top. If you like to support our podcast, there's multiple ways to do it. Go to Spotify, leave us a 5-star review. If you go to Apple and you leave us a 5-star review, we will read your review on the air. It's a hugely important thing. You can't imagine the importance it is for us. It helps with our aggregate. It gets us into newer listeners' ears. So everybody can go ahead and take a listen to us that may have not heard of us. And honestly, I mean, that's like 5 or 10 people left in the world that have not.
And here on YouTube, make sure you click like and subscribe as well.
Yeah, of course. Click like and subscribe. Yes. You can also go and support us by buying swag. Like, for example, the effing wrestling shirt, the all effing wrestling show, the effing wrestling middle fingers that Natalia Mokova is winning, friend of the show. Oh, va-voom. Anyways, yeah.
Va-voom.
She makes all the shirts look good. That's all I'm saying. There's a reason why we love her, and she is freaking awesome. She's a huge supporter for us. So all you need to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. Now, if you are an old school wrestling fan and you happen to love the adorable Adrian Adonis, who doesn't? We run his shirt, his t-shirt store. You can go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis. Where you can get all the shirts. The middle finger shirt. We have multiple Adrian Adonis shirts up there for you. We have that one. That's a new one as well. So prowrestlingtees.com. Get your shirt. Leave us a 5-star review. That's pretty much it. Next week, I don't know what we're going to do next week. We talk every Wednesday, me and Canada Dry, as to what we're going to talk about. But next week is going to be a banger. I feel it. I feel it right here. It's going to be one hell of a banger. I can tell you this. It's not going to be Mount Rushmore 2.0 because that's just ridiculous. But anyways, so on behalf of Canada Dry, the effing expert, and Liam Wakeland, I am the JFB.
And remember to just keep fighting.
Ding, ding, ding. Hit it, interns. This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it. Bye.